Yet Rome's end was not the end of its influence. Roman law informed medieval and modern legal systems. Roman architecture inspired government buildings and monuments across continents. Languages, administrative ideas, engineering techniques, many traces survive in ways people see every day. The story of Rome is both a tale of decline and an enduring lesson. Power without resilience is vulnerable, and institutions matter as much as armies. If you enjoyed this journey through history, please like and subscribe. Tell us in the comments which empire you want us to explore next: Ottoman, Mongol, British, or another. Thanks for watching. History speaks. Are we listening?
There was a time when Rome ruled the world. Cities, roads, laws, and legions, an empire that shaped continents and lives. But great power can be fragile. So how and why did such a mighty state slowly collapse? Empires cost money. The larger Rome became, the more it needed for armies, administration, and public works. But revenue did not always keep up. Coin was debased, taxes rose, wealth concentrated in elite hands while many provinces struggled. Dependency on slave labor discouraged technological innovation and undermined economic flexibility. Slowly, prosperity weakened from within. Rome's borders were vast. Mountains, deserts, rivers, lines too long to defend easily. To guard those limits required huge forces and constant funding. As legions were posted further and further away, the cost and strain mounted. In some regions, Rome hired mercenaries rather than relying on citizen soldiers, a change that altered loyalty and effectiveness. Beyond the borders, groups the Romans called barbarians were on the move. The Visigoths, Vandals, and Huns tested defenses, raided wealth, and pushed populations into new zones of conflict. Small defeats accumulated into strategic losses, and frontier pressure became a constant drain on empire resources. Power became unstable in Rome. Emperors rose and fell with alarming frequency. Some were installed by armies, others killed in palace intrigue. Corruption crept into provincial administration. Officials enriched themselves while public trust eroded. Civil wars and rival claimants drained the state's energy and diverted resources away from defense and governance. When rulers are short-lived and the system rewards greed, continuity and competence suffer. In 395 AD, the Roman world was formally divided. The Eastern court at Constantinople and the Old City of Rome pursued different priorities. This split meant resources were split as well: tax bases, armies, and attention. The East, richer and more defensible, would outlast the West. The West, weakened and exposed, faced mounting crises. Division did not cause the fall by itself, but it reduced the empire's ability to act as a single, coordinated power. By the early 5th century, the cumulative pressures were visible. In 410 AD, the Visigoths under Alaric entered and sacked Rome, the first such event in nearly 8 centuries. The shock was seismic. Rome's image as invulnerable was broken. Decades later, in 455 AD, the Vandals again sacked the city, taking treasure and further shattering prestige. Outside and inside, the foundations were eroding. Local power brokers and migrating peoples reshaped control on the ground. Finally, in 476 AD, the last Roman emperor in the West, Romulus Augustulus, was deposed. The act was symbolic, a marker that one political order had given way to another. The fall was not the product of a single catastrophe. It was a long process. Structural economic weakness, military strain, political fragmentation, social change, and external pressures combined. These trends unfolded over generations, making the empire brittle, rather than suddenly broken. And when
The
shocks
empire
arrived,
fell, but its legacy
invasions,
still
crippling
lives
tax
in our
demands,
buildings,
or political
our laws,
coups,
and
the
even our
system
languages.
could not absorb them as it once
What
had.
can modern
Rome
powers
began
learn
as a
from
small
Rome?
city on the Tiger.
Like,
Over
subscribe,
centuries, it
and
grew
tell us in
through
the
war,
comments which
diplomacy,
empire we should
and
explore
organization.
next.
Kingdom.
Vogues
As
linked
expenses
provinces.
grew and income fell,
Aqueducts carried
weaknesses
water.
began to
Law
surface within
codes
Rome.
provided stability.
Inflation,
Romans
heavy
built
taxes,
institutions
and
that
a
would
dangerous
outlast
dependence on
emperors.
slave labor.
At its height,
Cracks that
Rome
would one day
governed
help bring the
millions.
empire to its knees.
Stretched across 3